Welcome to IELTS Energy TV. On today's episode, Jessica and I share insider examiner information about the difference between IELTS reading, academic, and general training. You'll also get tips and strategies to avoid the traps and pitfalls that are on both academic and general reading exams.
Are you reading any good books lately?
Yes, I am reading a really good book called Ella Minnow P, which is a girl's name, Ella Minnow
Oh, that's
P.
adorable.
But right, it's also a play on the alphabet. And it's this fascinating story about a town supposed to be kind of in the northeast of the United States that they have like this sign and the letters start falling off and the town council proclaims that no one can use the letters that are falling off. So they have to adjust the way they're speaking, the words they're using.
Oh my gosh.
Only use certain words. And it
That
gets
is fascinating.
more and more interesting because they're starting to have to use parallels, right? They're like, okay, I can't say that word. So I have to say a synonym, which is a word maybe you haven't heard before. And so it ends up having all of this very interesting vocabulary.
What
kind
a
of loving
dorky book. That
dorky.
sounds amazing. I need to read this. This is amazing. So we are going to dig into this idea today. How is the general reading different than the academic reading? And how are they ultimately the same? Because really, guys, as far as your preparation, you prepare in the same way for both of these exams, right? Remember, academic in general, speaking is exactly the same. Listening is exactly the same. Writing's a little bit different. We've talked about that on other shows. I'm sure we'll touch on that again. And reading is also a tiny bit different, but mostly the same. So, Aubrey, where do we use the skill of predicting on the reading test, Aubrey?
Yeah, when you first look at the questions, you want to predict the type of answer you're going to get, right? What are you looking for? Are you looking for a noun? Are you looking for a verb, right? What's being asked? And once you make that prediction, you're able to open your brain box, as we say, and access all of the schema you have. You understand the topic, you understand what you're looking for. And when you realize that, whether you're taking academic or general, it's not really a comprehension exam. You're not expected to read the entire passage word for word, regardless of which type of exam you're taking. You realize how important it is to understand, to predict what information am I looking for. And then it's easy to apply those strategies. And just like you said, students finish in less time than they have because they're not spending all this time reading the whole passage. They're predicting the answer and finding exactly what they're looking for quickly.
We can prove that these strategies work for both academic and general because Niharika got a 7 on reading on general the first time, and then the second time, 8.5 on reading, right? And that's just with some review and I'm sure added confidence from doing so well the first time, right? Sure. So that person is not going to second guess themselves. So predicting, like Aubrey said, I just want to summarize the strategy for you guys, because this is really important to understand. When you are looking at a question, right, you need to predict the grammar of what answer you need. Is it a noun? Is it an adjective? Is it a verb? And also predict the answer itself. Is it a color? Is it a name? Predict as much as you can. And then when you go back to the passage, it's easier to find what you're looking for because you know what you need. You know what you're looking for. That's logic.